Okay, let's welcome back our good friend, Freddy the Frog. Oh, gee. Thank you. I noticed you didn't get any applause. You're very popular here, Freddy. So nice to be back. I miss seeing everyone. Well, I miss seeing everyone too. But I guess I get to see other churches and temples with you when you take me along. Yeah, it is interesting to see other churches and temples. And I always get a bigger ode than you do, too. That is true, too. Hey, how come you're all dressed up? Well, at the end of the service today, I'm going to certify a new minister's assistant here, Teresa Shimogawa. So that's why I have to wear my formal robes. Oh, nice color. My favorite color is green. I have a green room. I have green bedspread, green sheets, green towels, even green underwear. Want to see? No, that's okay, Freddie. I believe you. I believe you. Gee, well, since many of the Dharma School kids may be meeting you for the first time, we should tell everybody a little bit about you, your talents, your hobbies. Oh, gee, where to start? Well, like all frogs, I have a fast tongue to catch flies. Oh, so fast the naked eye cannot even see it. Really? That fast? That fast. Want a demonstration? Sure. Show us your fast tongue. Okay. You kids gotta keep your eyes open. Don't blink or you'll miss it. Okay. We're gonna keep our eyes open. We're not gonna blink. Get ready. Okay. We're not gonna blink. Any second now. Okay. Here it comes. Okay. We're not going to blink. It's hard not to blink. Did you see it? I didn't see anything. I told you, faster than the naked eye can see. Wow, that was fast. What's your other talents and hobbies? Well, I like to cook like you do. Yeah, I like to cook. What's your favorite things to cook, Freddie? Oh, pizza. Oh, what kind of pizza do you make? Sausage pizza, pepperoni pizza? I like to make gourmet pizza. Gourmet pizza? Like what kind of pizza is that? Like sashimi pizza. Ooh, is that pizza with raw fish on top? Nope, just raw pizza. Ooh, sounds kind of chewy. I also like whipped cream and maraschino cherry pizza. Ooh, awfully sweet sounding. But my favorite is natto pizza. Natto pizza. I bet some people here don't even know what natto is. You know, those slimy Japanese beans that look like boogers. Oh, that is one way to describe natto. Well, Freddie, we should also talk a little bit about Buddhism. Do you have a question for me today? Well, I still have the same question from a long time ago. Oh, what's that? It's so hard to say that long word. The long word. Tathagata? No, not that one. Starts with an N. Nembutsu? Well, no, the long word. Oh, Namu Amida Butsu? Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh. Well, try saying it. No. Namu Amida Butsu. Well, you're saying Namu Amida Butsu. You don't have to put the emphasis on the mu, it's just Namu Amida Butsu. Oh, try again. Namu Amida Butsu. Now you're saying Namu Amida Butsu. Just Namu Amida Butsu. Just Namu Amida Butsu. Oh, so hard. Okay, let me try again. No mu amida butsu. Now you're saying namu amida butsu. It's just namu amida butsu. Oh, get it. Okay. Namu amida butsu. Very good, Freddie. You said it. You said it very smoothly. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. It's taken me years to get that down. Well, it really is something we say through our whole lifetime. Our whole lifetime. That's a long time, yes? It could be a long time. 80, 90, maybe even 100 years. Whoa, do you have to say it that long? Well, it becomes one with your life. Then you cannot help but say it. So, what am I saying anyway? What does it mean? Well, as I've said before, Freddie, the real answer to that question, you have to find yourself. Does that mean you just don't know the answer? No. It means that you have to find the answer. What does it mean to you in your life? We all, every one of us, have to find what does Namu Amida Butsu mean for me in my life. Then it becomes real. Then it becomes your own. Oh. But for now, just think that Namu Amida Butsu means thank you. Thank you? That's pretty simple. Well, thank you. Thank you to the Buddha. Thank you to my parents and family. Thank you to my teachers. Thank you to my coaches. Thank you to all of life that sustains me. A simple way to remember it is it means thank you, to have gratitude in one's life. But then that deepens and you'll find a deeper meaning in your own life. Oh, okay. Takes a long time. Takes a long time. Takes a long time. But in our life of Nembutsu, it brings light and wisdom into our life. Oh, okay. Well, I'm getting kind of hungry. I think I'm going to go home pretty soon and have natto pizza. Oh, I see some natto in your freezer that's been there a long time. Yeah, it's been there a long time. I know it's healthy to eat, but I always forget to eat it. Okay, gotta go. Nice to see everybody. Bye. Thank you for listening to Freddie. When I guest speak at other temples, I quite often bring Freddie with me. And so he's been many places now. So let me share a few more thoughts for the service today. And my topic is less me, more we. It's sort of a show and tell of my recent trip to Japan. So in July, end of July of this year to August 2nd, Gail and I, we went to Japan for me to receive finally the official confirmation from the Gomonshu, who is the head of our Nishi Honganji, for becoming the bishop of the BCA. This was postponed because of COVID. So for 3.5 years, I was sort of a fake bishop. Not official, didn't have the confirmation stamp from our Gomonshu. Since Hawaii elected a new bishop, the Honganji said, hey, let's kill two birds with one stone, and the Gomonshu confirmed both of us. So this is a new bishop from Hawaii, Reverend Umitani, and myself, just shortly before the ceremony. So the ceremony was held in one of the inner chambers of the Honganji, in a room called the Shiro Shoin, or the White Room. So the ceremony was private. Gail couldn't attend that. It was just with the Gomonshu and this Governor General of the Honganji and Reverend Umitani and myself. But after the ceremony, they let us take some pictures. This is the room that the ceremony was held in. Reverend Michael Endo, my assistant, attended, and then Bishop Umitani and Gail. So this room, it's like something from Shogun movie or something like that. Amazing room of history, as if you're going to stand in front of the emperor or something like that. And this is another room that we were waiting in prior to the ceremony. This is the Amida-do. The Honganji has two actual hondos. The smaller one is called the Amida-do, and it has the statue of Amida Buddha, just like here on the altar. And this is the Goedo, the main hall, the founder's hall, and the 6 a.m. morning service. Aren't we glad we have service at 10 o'clock? If you're in Kyoto, you have to go to 6 o'clock service. This is the grounds of our Nishi Honganji. If you ever go to Kyoto, you definitely should stop and visit our Honganji. And we can contact one of the ministers, and we can arrange for an English tour of the Honganji for you. Magnificent. 400 years old, this building. 400 years old. While we're in Japan, we had dinner with our former bishop, Reverend and Mrs. Koshin Ogui, who reside in Kyoto. And this is a familiar face. Reverend and Mrs. Miyaji, who live in the Osaka area. We had lunch with them. Miyaji Sensei's legs are getting a little weak, so he's kind of in a wheelchair, but he has not lost his sense of humor. He was cracking jokes the whole time. So wonderful to see both of them. I took for omiyage, or souvenir gifts, to our Honganji dignitaries, Shohei Ohtani t-shirts. They went crazy over these Ohtani t-shirts. They were so ecstatic, like I gave them a gold bullion or something. They were so happy. This is the owner of a udon donburi restaurant I used to go to all the time near Nishi Honganji. She remembered me after 40 years. When I ordered my favorite, this is it, Tentoji donburi. They make donburi with shrimp tempura. I ordered Tentoji donburi. She looked at me, she said, it's been a long time, hasn't it? Sashiburi ya ne. I can't believe she remembered me. This is sort of a food show we're going to have here, but we had lunch at a tonkatsu restaurant. Oh, it's so good. You can't believe how good the tonkatsu was. This is a Japanese breakfast at our hotel. Look at all these little dishes. So delicious. We went to visit our old apartment that we lived in when we lived in Japan. We went to this building. This has to be it, but it looked totally different. Our old apartment had been totally modernized. When we lived there, it looked like something out of World War II, but it's this beautiful new apartment building now. And we knew we were in the right place because this field was there when we lived there, and there was this little creek right by the building. So this has to be the place. That used to be a little sushi shop, but now it's a house. This used to be the supermarket that we used to go shopping at, and it's now a house. Things change. And this is a street walking up to our apartment building. I visited Ryukoku University, where I went to school from 1983 to 86, and this is their sort of hondo at the university. Ryukoku University is a Buddhist university affiliated with our Nishi Honganji, and they have a Namu Amida Butsu scroll for their altar. While visiting Ryukoku, I noticed this poster, "Less me, more we." I thought, gee, that's really a nice saying. Of course, it's a Buddhist university, so they have sort of Buddhistic slogans, and so I took a picture of it. Less me, more we. But I think we live our lives in the opposite manner. Instead of less me, more we live a life of less we, more me. And our culture is one of me, me, me. Self-enhancement, self-gratification, self-promotion, self-benefit, self-status. And our ego self thinks that to achieve happiness, we have to find it for ourselves, thinking only for ourselves. But Buddhism teaches us that's really delusion. That's ignorance. A life of less we, more me, is a life destined for unhappiness, even great suffering for oneself and others. So, Buddhism is trying to awaken us to a life of less me, more we, to borrow from this slogan at Ryukoku University. A life of less me, more we, is a life of real happiness, fulfillment, even gratitude. A person who is grateful doesn't need more of this or more of that. A grateful person not only feels a sense of gratitude for what one has in life, but even feels undeserving of what one does have. Why am I so fortunate to have this wonderful family, friends, a sangha? We don't even feel deserving of it. So, doesn't the world today need more of less me, more we? And what happens when the world lives by the opposite? Less we, more me. It leads to conflict, strife, wars, and unending suffering for all people as we see in our world today. So this we of less me, more we doesn't necessarily refer to just we human beings. I think a person who lives with a sense of less me and more we is aware of all of life and everything around them. The plants, animals, birds, trees, flowers, earth, air, everything. Reverend Kubose, in his book Everyday Suchness, he quotes the famous haiku poet Basho. Yoku mireba nazuna hanasaku kakine kana. When I look carefully, nazunas are blooming along the hedge. So Basho noticed these simple wildflowers growing along a hedge on the road. Probably other people never noticed those flowers as they walk by. But for Basho, a person of less me, more we, he senses, notices the beauty of life that abounds all around him. This is a Nazuna flower. You know, nothing really striking about it, simple little flower. But Basho notices this little flower along the side of the road. A Shin Buddhist by the name of Eiichi Enomoto writes, rather than question whether I am of benefit to the world or not, I begin to understand in the morning breeze how I am given infinitely from the world. I am given infinitely from the world. A person who has a sense of less me, more we. And another poem by a Shin Buddhist by the name of Muso Kimura. He writes, "On the shelf of my kitchen sit onions and radishes and carrots lined up, waiting their turn backstage, all for a foolish being like me." You know, we go to the store, we buy our groceries, we know that we paid for them, and they're just our groceries. But Muso Kimura has a sense of, gee, these onions and radishes and carrots, they're all waiting backstage to be my curry rice or my stew or soup. You know, they've given their lives to sustain my life. The carrot was perfectly happy growing in the ground, and it got yanked out of there just so it could become my soup or my salad. So Muso Kimura does not feel deserving of the life that he receives. Thich Nhat Hanh writes, discussing the Dharma in the ultimate dimension, we look at each other and smile. You or me, don't you see? Speaking and listening, we are one. So this is the ultimate expression of less me, more we. You and I are essentially one. But Buddhism doesn't say, know me, absolutely know me. We cannot remove me, ourself. For example, if I'm stopped by a policeman for speeding, I can't say, well, officer, I'm a Buddhist minister. Not only am I a Buddhist minister, I'm the bishop of the BCA. And in Buddhism teaches there's no self. The self is a delusion. So really there is no one here that you can give a speeding ticket to. I don't think that would fly with that officer, right? But a person of less me, more we, has a sense of you and I are one. So on this trip to Japan, I brought back all kinds of different omiyage and gifts for family and friends. But the best thing to me that I brought back from Japan was this lesson of this short phrase, less me, more we. I wanted to share that with all of you today. Thank you for listening. Namandavats, 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 namandavats.